this podcast is powered by Shea Moisture Men. The Shea Moisture Men collection was designed to provide head-to-toe care for men of color and keep you looking fresh and feeling even fresher. Shea Moisture's products are formulated with ingredients that are naturally derived and sustainably sourced from hair care to beard care to body care. So if you want to get like Pen Moodz over here with his beautiful
the hair, the locks, and
that's
the
what she needs.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
See which line will provide you with safe and uncompromising care at www.sheamoisture.com. Shea Moisture Men, built to serve men of color. Now, of course, back to the pod.
Oh, look at that.
Smooth. My God, smooth.
I've done it a couple times. If you guys ever wanted to rap on a drill beat, this is your chance. No pressure.
It's been my dream forever.
Yeah. No pressure. We can do a whole cipher. We can do colors. Or we can do non-type colors if you need to.
I'm with it.
Nowadays, everybody want to talk, but they got something to say. But nothing comes out when they move their lips. It's just a bunch of gibberish. That's the let's go. Vibe right there.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, I'm down for karaoke.
That's I'm down for karaoke.
Yo, I saw Remy Ma talking the other day about requirements of rappers. I don't know if you saw it. It was on a podcast not too long ago. And one of the first things she said is you got to write your own shit. Otherwise, you're just a very good karaoke performer.
I believe that. I believe that.
Ooh.
That's an interesting take. One of my favorite rappers is Foxy Brown, and Foxy Brown notoriously didn't write her stuff. Most of her stuff. Jay-Z and some others wrote some of her verses, obviously.
Yeah.
But the reason she's one of my favorite rappers is because I don't think anyone could deliver the way that she delivered it and how it made it sound, the way that it sounded.
Punch you in your ears.
I've heard those rappers who write their own stuff and can't deliver it properly. So
that's true.
You know, with that, to the average listener, at the end of the day, it's like they're listening to the music.
Yeah.
They don't really care who wrote it. They're not sitting. For rappers, it's like, oh, did you write that? Whatever. But as an average fan, like
I feel like we learned
Foxy
that with the Drake
Brown
and Meek situation. As soon as like Meek's like, but he doesn't do it, and everybody's like, I don't know, but it's still lit.
Yeah, like did that change? Did Drake stop selling records after that accusation came out?
The stock went
up. Breaking more records.
The stock went up. He came harder, but I also think that Drake does write his stuff. When you have hooks and certain melodies and stuff. If you hear something that you like from an artist, like what's the problem? You know what I mean? I personally never had anyone write for me, but if someone comes up with a dope hook and it sounds really good, I might use it. You know what I mean? So I hear her though. If you're a rapper and you spit in bars and it's supposed to be 16 hot bars, I guess. Yeah. But
is that do you think it'd be like a difference in wording? So is it fair to say like an artist writes their? I don't know if artist is the right word, but. Like, I do feel like she does have a point, though. There's something to actually being able to write your own lyrics and perform them, too.
I mean, absolutely. But, again, there are rappers who do write their own stuff. And it's like, you don't even sound confident delivering what you wrote. You know what I mean?
It's different when you lived it or you...
Yeah, the art is in being able to make that shit bump wherever it's played. Like, that's the art for me. But I'm a writer, so I enjoy writing. Not everybody's a writer, but some people can really like Eazy-E. Ice Cube wrote his stuff, but he had a great voice to deliver it. You know what I mean?
Before we get any further, let me clarify. I write my own pods.
Okay, man.
There's a reason I'm here.
The world generous.
What's going on, y'all?
And of course, it's your guy.
Shop like shak. You waste you.
We definitely have some very, very special guests that I'm super excited about. And like individually, I'm excited that you're both here. Yeah. Collectively, I'm extremely excited you're both here. So we've got our boy Pen Moodz here, spoken word artist.
Spoken word artist. We can go with that.
The king of intros and season launches.
Yo, we are. The wordplay seasons on everything, fam.
You fucking right.
And then we've also got artist, rapper, the queen of intros and season launches, Keysha Freshh in the building as well. Welcome y'all. Seasoning all over the table. I love it. Thank you guys for showing love and coming through. I asked you both basically like collectively to come through, and you did. And it was like not even a question.
It was easy, bro.
I only came because he was coming.
Wow.
If my brother was not coming, I'd probably. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
And I do love that we. I feel like we introduced y'all, right?
Yeah.
Y'all started this. Y'all started this
And
wave.
like, when we introduced you guys, I was kind of like, I was surprised that you guys haven't met each other because I felt like the vibe with what you guys do, although you're not a rapper per se, like it was there. You guys have done similar things. I felt like you guys would have been in the same room together already.
It was crazy because I kept hearing Keysha's name, and
so
so many people were like, "Yo, you gotta meet her." And then when you facilitated the first intro, I'm like, "Say less, yo, make the intros." You know what I mean?
And then we saw you guys at the Shooting Stars game.
Yeah.
Where did you see us? Where were we?
Courtside. Come on, man.
You weren't in the film.
Okay. Yeah,
they messing with those shooting guards.
Talk the whole story. You know what I mean?
So you find bars that you relate to, I guess.
I love it. That's hype.
Yo, how did that all happen?
Yeah.
I bought courtside seats to go to the game anyway, because I wanted to go support the team anyway. You know, the homie is he's like the VP of the team right now, so it's like I want to go support. But then I run into Moodz because he's the face of the league. I want everyone to know that he's the face of the league. He's a mover and shaker of the league.
He's got it in with the commissioner,
right? And so I ran into Moodz and I was like there by myself. He's like, "Yo, you here by yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come sit beside me, beside the commissioner. Like, come sit beside me in my seat." So I was like sitting that way courtside, like. He brings me to sit beside him, like, and I'm sitting directly across from Drake. You know what I mean? And the craziest thing is when you look around the whole baseline, you look around the whole courtside. Everyone's like in gray and black and white, whatever. I'm in orange shirt and Drake's in an orange shirt. So he was looking at like, "Yo, what happened here?" But yeah, it was real dope, man. My bro looked up for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you said you weren't even supposed to be courtside.
Yo, listen, why are you putting that on the pod, fam?
I'm just saying that means you know people.
It was amazing. I pulled up and bumped into Keysha, a bunch of people's commission, and I was like, "Yo, my guy." He's like, "Ramon, where you sitting?" I'm just like, "I don't know, man. They put me somewhere over there." He's like, "Yo, you on courtside?" What do you mean, though?
Of course.
And then he brings me courtside. Yeah, that's how you look out. But that's how you look out for people. You know what I mean? That's a good dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I brought Keysha, and it was a movie. You know what I mean? It was a special experience.
So for those who have not been to the Scarborough Shooting Stars games at all yet, and there's obviously been a huge buzz around J. Cole that was there for what, 3 games or 5 minutes but he was there for a second, which was still great. Like, shout out to J. Cole, he did his thing, and I think he brought something, obviously, brought a lot of eyeballs 100%. To the league, and it's a big part of why people bought a lot of those tickets. But like, what is that whole experience like? Because I only see J. Cole shooting threes in the corner.
As a whole, I think it's first of all, it's incredible. Like, I think what the CBL has built, the package they have built, is such a high level basketball, extremely competitive. The first, like, that home opener, was a movie for the like. There were so many people in the building that I didn't even realize they were there. Do you know what I mean?
You knew,
until I saw the pictures after. Do you know what I mean? But it's extremely special, and to talk about like what J. Cole has done. So that opening game, the opposing player from Hamilton, I can't remember, Honey Badgers. This guy went off for like 27-30. No, not Shaquille's next brother. But he's like, anyways, we went to look him up after because he lit us up. Like
Hamilton.
He put like 27-30 on us. But what's so crazy, talking about eyeballs, opportunities, and experiences, this brother now has been given a tryout with the Raptors.
I did see that.
Crazy. Yeah. Okay. That's huge.
Awesome.
Do you know what I mean?
Awesome.
I love that.
I think it's a big thing, you know, to be able to. A lot of these guys are playing for contracts, and they're playing to get, you know, their tapes and stuff seen, and people are watching. You know what I mean? Like, I love the fact that there's leagues that give these type of opportunities. To me, like the CEBL is the league just below the G League. So a lot of these guys, if they're not going to the NBA, they're going to the G League or playing overseas, they know that. So they're working really hard. Like, this is one of the reasons I like NCAA basketball, because you have these young people working really hard to get to the professional level. That's some of the best basketball you'll see where players are playing with heart.
There's a level of desperation. So, like, this is my last game type shit.
You know, I'm sitting courtside, we're watching this game, and for me, it's like, yo, these guys are playing, they're giving their all because eyes are here. There's scouts here. There's people watching. There's NBA team scouts that are there watching that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I appreciate that level of competition, which is why I'm a supporter of the league. Even, you know, there's a lot of other leagues, the NBL in Canada. Like, I'm a supporter of all these leagues because you see these guys playing for their life, you know. So J. Cole being here was great. You know, it's cool that like. For me, I think it's dope that like he's living two of his dreams. Like, you don't get to do that really. Yeah. Some people just you know, you want to be a basketball player growing up. How many rappers you know said I wanted to be a baller, now I'm a rapper, you know what I mean? You didn't make it to the league, you know, you're true, whatever it is. Yeah. J. Cole's literally one of the best rappers in the world. He lived that dream. Then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go play ball. And he's like doing it in the leagues.
And the thing is, he's 37.
Yeah,
I didn't even know he was up there like that.
He got bunnies. Like I seen the man with the legs still. Like he has bunnies. So it's like watching him play is like really dope. You're living your other dream. You're having fun, regardless of how much ever he scored. You could tell that he's going out there and wanting to contribute and play hard. So you know you appreciate someone that is taking it seriously and not just there for the hype.
Feel like what would this be like if this was the Master P era? What would Master P be doing in the CEBL?
Wow. Putting up numbers.
That's easy double double. Like that's crazy.
Master P was actually he was a good basketball player.
He's a good basketball player. Yeah.
To be able to work out and preseason with sign with an NBA team preseason. Number 17 is very legendary stuff, but I don't know. I think if the CEBL in those leagues were, I don't know if they were, but if there were leagues like that, I'm sure Master P would have. Yeah. But then we might not have had some of the artists that we've had today because of Master P. You know what I mean? So I think there's a plan for all of us, and I think that he followed his plan. But I mean, Master P has done every single hustle you can think of, every single thing you can do. He's done, and shout out to him, bro.
I love it.
Shout out to him.
I want to ask you guys something because you're both people who like you're involved in the community, you're involved in the city, you're involved in the country first of all. So being there at the game and seeing what this did for like Scarborough, you know, a part of the city that gets neglected, has a bad rap and everything like that. Like I remember walking through Scarborough Town Center when they announced this big activation there. Kids are just going crazy. You're seeing kids in jerseys, like Shooting Stars jerseys, you know? So what was the vibe like just being in the arena, apart from just watching like the ball players themselves?
I think the energy was just electric. You know what I mean? And just for the community to know that this was their squad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they could see themselves playing on this court. Yeah. This is what I tell everybody. Like once you bring proximity into conversations, that's how you accelerate growth across the level. Do you know what I mean? Because once you can see somebody doing something, it's like, all right, he can do it, I can do it too. Yeah. So just seeing those kids be a part of that, the family, they had patties, you know what I mean? It was a movie, you know? It was exciting. It was really good.
For me, it's like I want to take this a little bit further than just basketball. Growing up in Scarborough, and just being like a young person that was involved in everything. Like my mom had me and my brothers in karate at the Malvern Rec Center. You know, we played basketball in Malvern Rec Center. We played soccer at the soccer field right outside the Malvern Rec Center. You know, like just growing up in and around sports. My family's a basketball family. My family's a soccer family, whatever y'all call it. You know, it's just sports as a whole. Basketball is very important, but sports as a whole has been such an important thing. And we now, as Scarborough, Toronto, Canadian kids, are seeing how our country is growing with sports. Just yesterday, they announced that Toronto will be one of the host cities for FIFA 2020.
Shout out to MLSU. Right? We did a little pitch on that one.
But I want to specifically shout actually Dwayne Derosario. Because he was one of the instrumental people, one of the most instrumental people in pitching that, and he's a Scarborough man. You know what I mean? When I look at what a lot of these guys, they took their game globally. Jamal, Dwayne, all these guys took their game globally, and then they came back home, and now they're doing things for the city. Like Jamal's Shooting Stars, like he's a senior advisor on the team. You know, like having those voices where they've been and what they've done in their career to come back home and not forget. And create these opportunities and take sports to the next level in this country. It makes me emotional.
Jeez, I love it.
And it's crazy even just seeing, like, I've known Jamal since I was 16, and just knowing what kind of person he is with, like, the kind of community work he wants to do. I just always felt like he's been trying to do more. And even now that he's doing all of this, I still feel like there's still more he wants to do. You know what I mean? It's just good to see him ushering another generation of elite talent. And it's not even just the kids, because it started at a very grassroots level. But he's in a situation now with the Shooting Stars where now we're going to get to see elite talent play in Scarborough. And as much as like us growing up watching the Toronto Raptors play and say like, oh, now it looks like basketball is within reach if I wanted to do that. Like seeing that in Scarborough is another level of close.
100%. If you're from the GTA, if you're from this ends, like that's really attainable right there. You can
absolutely
do that.
It's right here, and that
right here.
And I think like just seeing, like I said, being in our backyard, like these things are in our backyard now. Like my grandmother and my aunt, they lived right up Galloway, so just to be able to, you know, we used to go to that Popeyes right there. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just Morningside Road on its own. My uncle lived Morningside and Shepherd. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like right in, that's the exit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go to Cineplex on your little Flex Morningside. Put it right there.
Yo, shout out to
you know what
Morningside.
I mean? So this is home for a lot of people. Yeah. This is our backyard. This is where we are familiar with. So to be able to go to the Pan Am Center and watch this team. This is a team that has Scarborough. Like. I don't know what to say. Like, it's emotional.
I sticking with basketball, I want to have a flashback to a conversation that we had. One of the few conversations we had leading up to some of the stuff that we kind of started working on last year.
Yeah.
We hopped on a Zoom call. Penn Moodz is like, he's like, before we can go any further, I must apologize to you. Please tell the people why you had to apologize to me.
Listen, man.
Or why you felt you had to apologize.
Listen, man. All right, for those that don't know, you might not be able to tell, but I used to be an athlete in my past life. And
that
so
is
I grew
blasphemous.
Disrespect, bro.
So we grew up, it's crazy. So I grew up in Richmond Hill, right? And we'd hoop every weekend at Bernard. So after moving from Richmond Hill to Durham, you know, I'd come back every so often. And they'd always be showing me, you know, these new kids who are the hoopers. So obviously, I'm as competitive as anybody. And we were going up against Shaq, right? And I don't know, like I bumped into Shaq. It was getting kind of heavy. And I just started running my mouth.
Hold on. I need to hear the rest of this story.
Yeah.
No, the rest doesn't need to be said. I remember.
Listen, a man dropped 30 piece on you?
Yeah, no, what? I don't know.
Hold on.
Okay, listen. All I'm saying is it got competitive.
Yeah.
I was running my mouth. But what I remember the most was Malik was on the sideline watching. And he was so tiny just watching this whole thing happen. I felt so bad. And for the rest of my life, I never forgot that. Because remember, you were looking at me, you're like, yo, it's not that serious. I'm like, shut up.
You know what? I think it wasn't until right now when you said me saying it's not that serious, I kind of vaguely remember. Because that was always my thing. Whenever men's would get heated on the basketball court, and it's just a nice summer day and I'm playing ball just trying to get better, and I'm not even, there's no referees here. So to me, my response was, it's not that serious.
No, honestly, and it's crazy because everybody, like, after that summer, you became so ingratiated with all the mandem, with all the homies. And then everyone's speaking your praises. I'm like, how can I do this? It's such a nice dude.
You're fucking right.
The funny thing is, though, there was like, because you went to the public school, I went to the Catholic school, and a lot of your friends were from the public school anyways, right? Yeah. It took a while for me to even get to know all you guys. So to me, there was, I hated Biggie for no reason. Biggie is the
not the artist.
I'm not the artist. Not the artist, but the man Biggie who runs the Play Forever League and all that stuff.
Sweetest guy.
Most amazing, kind, gentle person who's got the similar mindset as Jamal has with the community.
Yes.
So I hated this guy, but it was just because he was good at ball, and he went. I didn't know him, so I just
So I had to clear the air. As soon as it's so funny. My whole, you know, it's like that one moment in your life. You're like, yo, if I meet this dude in real life, I'm gonna come correct. So before we start,
this man's like, I'm a lawyer now. Things have changed.
I'm not that guy.
And you don't remember this?
I didn't remember it. Wow. He reminded me of it, which is.
I'm actually, like, you know, it's been on his heart.
Yeah, I know. It's been on his heart.
It hurts. Yo, that was always a thing for some reason, though, right? Like the Catholic school versus the public school, or you hear a guy in the neighborhood, or you know someone in the neighborhood, and it's like you don't actually know him, but you know the legend.
Yes.
You know the story.
Yes.
So, but picture your Catholic school being attached to the public school.
That's mix up. That didn't happen, did it?
For 1 year, I went to J. Clark, which is in Ajax.
And
J. Clark is attached to Notre Dame, right? So, and we shared a cafeteria.
That's what?
We shared a cafeteria.
Why would they do that?
I guess
asking for trouble.
Was there mad fights?
Of course.
I heard about these, and I'm in Scarborough. I heard about these fights.
Of course. You know, it was very. It was
I
very.
don't know why I put my drop on.
It was very bad, guy. It was very bad. But
Yeah.
like, and it's like because we shared a cafeteria too. Like they had to like stagger our lunches and stuff, so we're not linked. Like, you know what I mean?
Like
So-
8 lunches.
Well, there was 2, I think. Was there 2? I don't
We
remember.
had 3 in my high school, and it was just 1.
Catholic schools I know had high
But
schools
we were
had
just
2.
overcrowded in general. So.
Yeah. You had to have 2, and then there was 2 different finish times. Like ND finished at
Finished time.
Y'all can't leave at the same time.
No, they finished at 2:05 and we finished at 2:35 or something like that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
But there was still beef. That didn't stop the beef. There's
Nah,
still
they would just
fighting.
wait around for half an
Yeah,
hour
yeah,
until we're
yeah.
done. Like, you know what I mean? But not me. I was good in school. So.
Oh man, that's amazing.
So I want to go to music.
Yeah, let's do it.
Some things happened yesterday, unbeknownst to nobody. You know, before we go to the music, we're still kind of on ball.
Yeah.
Let's start there and then we'll
All right,
bleed
we'll
into
go
the
to
music.
Let's go.
Because one thing happened before the other.
Yes.
The Golden State Warriors are now the NBA champions of 2022.
Dubs.
Is anybody here not for that?
I mean,
Oh boy.
okay.
It's either them or Boston, and
Yeah,
if you
it's
like
never a
Boston, I
Boston
have
team.
questions.
It's never a Boston.
No,
team.
okay. Listen,
It's never a
listen,
Boston team.
I'll explain myself.
Oh my gosh, you better.
I am a Boston sports fan. I
Wow.
want to say that.
Whoa.
You solved that.
You act like you don't know. I'm a Boston sports fan, but except
That is
there's an
blasphemous.
exception.
Okay.
I am not a fan of the Boston Celtics. I like the Bruins.
Ew.
The New England Patriots are. I want to get a tattoo of their logo on my shoulder.
Disgusting.
The New England Evolution. I am a fan of Boston sports.
Do you have ties?
I'm
to
a New England sports fan.
Do you have ties to?
It all started.
Tom Brady.
It all started with Randy Moss. Actually, it all started with the
Oh,
Patriots.
I don't think my wife is coming back.
I'm a Randy Moss.
Dipset.
I'm a Randy Moss. The reason I fell in love with the Patriots is because when Randy Moss went there, obviously that's my guy. So,
Okay.
but then I fell in love with the team. I'm like, oh crap, I love Tom Brady. I love this team. This team's a great team.
Okay.
So I fell in love with the New England Patriots, and I just became a Boston sports fan. Like I just like Boston's just such a good sports town.
Okay, but you draw the line on the Celtics.
But I'm not a
Why?
Celtics
Why?
fan
Why?
because I'm a Pistons fan.
Why that too?
What's your allegiance?
The,
What's
the Detroit Pistons, because that's a team that I grew up falling in love with watching play basketball outside of obviously
Who,
Kobe
the Bad
and the
Boys,
Lakers.
or-
No, I grew up
Or,
with
Ben
Rip
Wallace.
Hamilton, Ben Wallace,
Okay,
Rasheed Wallace,
okay.
Tayshaun Prince, Chauncey Billups. 4 of those guys are on the All-Star team. 4 of your starting 5 players make the All-Star team, and none of them are, great superstars.
I mean,
Not
yeah,
even
we
elite
that
athletes.
one time.
That's
but, like, who
why.
cares?
That's why I fell in love with that team. I like a team, and that's why I fell in love with the Patriots. I like a team where these are not number 1 draft picks. These are not first.
Okay.
Some of them weren't even in the first round.
Okay.
But the fact that they all made All Stars and they won a ring and they came together, I just loved it. Flip Saunders, so I love the team, right? So but then also my cousin works for the team. He's been there for over 20-something years.
That helps
So-
a lot. That helps a lot.
probably lead
I
with
shout.
that.
So I'm a Pistons girl.
Because to me, when I see, at least you're not gonna. You agree with the Boston Celtics to some degree. Fuck
yeah, I'm not a
But-
Celtics. I like Jason Tatum though a lot.
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
I
like
like,
Tatum.
so
I
I
like
like
I like him a
I
lot.
like the players.
Yeah.
I like Jason Tatum. I like Jaylen Brown. I like Marcus Smart. Although I'm very confused as to why I would go as far as to dye my hair green for
He
He
did for
said
his mom.
his mom who passed away.
like green.
That she liked.
Was she green?
She wanted him to dye his hair that color. She liked it a lot.
She's
All right.
all right. Because I was like, I would play for the Boston Celtics. I would resign to the Boston Celtics for the M's, but I would never dye my hair green for the Boston
The
Celtics.
Patriots have a player,
You know what I mean?
Green Goblin. His hair is green too. It's just a thing.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
I would never
I don't
cheer
know.
for
Boston's just such a weird town. It's just
Can't do it.
there's just so much like racism that just like is. I can feel it radiating from the city.
But you know what? Statistically,
Tell me more.
Oh boy.
Tell me more.
boy.
statistically,
Yeah.
within the last decade, Boston is not even on the list anymore. It's not even on the list anymore. Cities, as far as the state goes, as far as Massachusetts goes, it's not on the state anymore. You have places in California that completely
Oh, you're just trying to get my wife pissed off. Right?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, because you know what?
What you know about though, because I'm from California
and I love Cali.
And I promise you,
I love
Boston
it.
is more racist to this day than California. You gotta chill.
I love Cali.
You gotta chill.
I love Cali. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I went there in April. I love it.
I love Toronto more. That's why I moved here. I'm just saying.
Toronto's a great place.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like the level of racism, you could never compare apples to oranges. Boston, that shit is embedded in the place, baby, and it's still like that.
And I don't disagree.
There's places in California that are leveling up to that, and I've been all over California.
I don't
the
disagree.
North part's where it gets a little racist.
But statistically, California
But whose
current.
statistics?
If you read the national, you can read it. Basically, some of the stats were based on where activity is from
Like
racist groups. Racist groups. So the Proud Boys,
Right.
like racist groups of people and where they operate. Statistically, there are towns in Minnesota, California that have more of those operations in their town than. But when you think about those stats, you also have to consider population, right? So we'll talk about that as well.
Exactly.
So
But-
let's go back to where we went. So fuck the Boston Celtics, they lost.
Yeah.
Shout out to Golden State. Like
There we go.
Steph Curry is that guy. Like I don't know what to say.
I don't know why people there shouldn't be a debate.
I
There was
think
for
it's
some
done.
strange reason. It was
What
done.
debate?
Like people question, is he top 10?
Can
Is
he do it?
Can he do it? Can he really be an MVP? Like a finals MVP? Like, come on.
Can he
man.
do it?
Come on.
No, I don't think any of that bothered me. I feel like I love this championship run for them because like it wasn't necessarily expected. They had like a nice mix of young and
I love
old.
it. I love it.
Wiggs came in, did his thing.
Oh,
Now that's my
that's
favorite
it.
storyline.
That's it right there.
That's my
Wiggins.
favorite storyline.
You could have
Wiggins.
argued he could have been Finals MVP almost.
I think if he
I almost put a bet
had
down.
like a
If he
crazy
had a
game
great,
last
like,
night.
Word.
Oh
I
man.
almost put a bet down. I thought about it. I was like,
Really?
ooh, I could put some action down on this, but
Ooh.
I didn't do it. But I was close because he was balling though.
Betting,
he was
man.
hooping.
He was like, yo, you guys are wild.
Does he know?
That's just stupid. Man.
Does he
You
know?
did that to yourself, bro. You did that to yourself.
I did. Whatever. But like the way this guy like, I feel like Toronto, like us, we still had love for this guy, and we always try to defend him. But like the league was ripping him to shreds. They called him a bum, whatever. He's like worst #1 pick, and then boom, just to see this rise, bro. It's beautiful.
I think like watching him play on Minnesota versus here is great because he was still he's done a lot more defensively and all that, but he's more or less the same guy. He's just on a winning team, and the perception is night and day.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
If you look at him like when you look at his play prior to, and you can tell that being surrounded by, like you said, a winning cast, like veterans. I think the guidance he got from Andre Iguodala, like you watch Andre Iguodala coach him all the time.
I see him.
I think that was really important for him and his growth. So I'm really happy that he was able to team up with a team like Golden State to really bring that out of him. They brought the beast out of him.
They did.
I believe it. This is the Wiggins we watched play AAU and play ball here in Vaughn. You know what I mean? That's the kid I know. You know what I mean?
And in college, like he was crazy in college. Like
I'm happy to see that his career has gone there, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Yeah.
I'm excited for his summer of celebrations.
Jeez.
he probably already had the best pick I've seen. I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
saw
that's the hardest pick.
I posted that. I'm like, yo, this is already legendary.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Canadian
Already.
flag here.
I've seen
trophy
that.
here.
Cigar.
I saw that, and
bro.
the Canadian flag made. I can't even say it. Never mind. Anyways, it's a hard picture.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Yeah.
We all excited.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
for the Dubs.
Yeah.
And then midnight, and he announced this earlier in the day.
Yep.
The boy said he was coming.
Woo.
He said, "What's the name of the album?"
Honestly,
Never mind.
So that dropped on at midnight. Everybody had their expectations. He shared the track list maybe a couple hours before. Let's start there with just the track list alone. Because we all see it before we listened, or did you just?
I kind of just dove into it. I couldn't even like.
So
head first.
So I'll tell you what I thought before I dove in.
Jump
I
in,
saw the artwork.
Yep.
Honestly, never mind. I saw the title, and then I saw the track list. I felt like this was gonna be like on his like future toxic shit.
You were
I
excited.
thought it was gonna be like almost trappy, and then like he's gonna bar us down a little bit, and then maybe 1-2 singing bop.
Yeah.
Typical Drake order.
Yeah.
You know, but this one was not that. What did you guys think? We'll start with Pen Moodz.
What I think of the album as a whole?
What did you think of the album? Is there something that stuck out to you? Just give me everything you
Why
thought.
Keysha laughing?
All your thoughts. and also, I don't want you guys to feel like you're tied to your take because this album came out yesterday, and I hate when people review something and they say how I feel about it today is how I'm always gonna feel about it.
Yes.
So whatever your initial reaction, that's what I want.
Instant reaction off rip. I thought this was magical, man. Let me tell you. I went for a wicked swim. Watched, I don't know, some nonsense. We're watching the Warriors. Watch the Warriors. Get the
Nonsense.
If it's not the raps, it ain't none. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I feel you.
Anyways, midnight comes. Immediately I throw on the Spotify with my sister. And the opening track, as soon as I heard the vibes, I was just like, this is the music I want to listen to.
Right.
Because, like, listen, I love to dance. You know what I mean? I might not dance well, but I'm a dance. You know what I mean?
Do your thing,
and
man.
when I heard that, like, you know, like that house vibe, that jumpy vibe, you know, I'm like, these are the sounds of summer that I sorely needed.
Yeah.
But then when I seen the hot takes, I'm like, yo, y'all need to chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keysha, what do you think? What do you think?
Social media will ruin something for you.
Facts.
So for me, it was like trying to not listen to what other people had to say about it. But I remember it was like 12, 11, and someone's like, "Oh, the album's," and I'm like, "You can't possibly be done
10
it.
minutes.
Like this, you're not done it. I know you're not. You know what I mean? But my take on it is, I tweeted about this. I said, as an artist, I'm a fan of an artist who makes music that they like. You can tell Drake had so much fun making this album. And I think that that's really important. And for me, it's like, it sounds good. I haven't really fully gotten to listen to it on my way here. Like I had a couple songs on play, and I like the vibe of it. It just feels good. And you know, at this point in your career, when you can just come out and do whatever you want to do, people expected some like. You said the track list. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was late last night when I saw it, and I'm like, yo, I'm too tired to try to understand half these words.
It's hard to read it.
The font was like messing me up. I'm like, oh no, this is. I'm like, no, I can't do this. So I didn't read the full track list, but I did hear 21 Savage is the only feature on it, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. This is not a rap album. Like I said that when I saw that. Like this isn't a rap album because 21 is the only feature on this.
Yeah.
So I thought it was like an R&B maybe album.
Right.
So the vibe of it's cool. Like I want to put on my 4-wheel skates and just go, you know, gliding down the underpass. You know what I mean? So it just feels good, and I'm happy for him, yo. Make music you want to make, guy.
So No, one thing I just want to jump in real quick because when you were talking about, I didn't read the track list. Yeah. But I saw Black Coffee's name.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say.
And when I saw Black Coffee's name, I'm like, yo, this is about to be a vibe. Yep. And then that's when the music hit me. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, no, that's exactly where I was gonna go. So like, I didn't see the track list, but I saw the artwork. I'm like, okay, we're getting the type of vibes that this man's gonna like. I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily want that right now, you know? I was thinking, all right, here we go. We're gonna get mad captions for the summer. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean,
you might still get them.
You might still get them. But like, I just had to get off social media because I'm like, I don't want people to tell me what they think of it because I don't really care yet. Let me listen to it first, you know? And then I saw, like you said, Black Coffee. I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is about to be a vibe. And I had to show my wife. She's like, who's Black Coffee? I'm like, let me go back and play some of the songs. She's like, oh, I might actually like this one. So whatever. Now I played it driving here. You know, it's a long drive to Richmond Hill. I'm driving here.
How long, Patrick?
Patrick, it's not that long. For you, you're in Durham. It's different.
What's your long, Patrick?
Listen.
25 minutes.
Listen.
Literally. Get out of here.
Whatever. I got halfway through the album. Whatever. But no, for real. Like, I actually finished it, listened to it twice, and I'm like, I like this vibe. Yes. This is different right now. And to your point, Shaq, that last song on the album, I love that last song, but I was fine even if that wasn't there. I didn't need the rap. Fair. I didn't need all of that. Like, I shouldn't say rap. He's still rapping, but like, this vibe was just different for me. And to your point, Pen, like, I felt like this is what I needed. Like, my soul needed this, you know? Just something like, just to cleanse the palate. You know? This album's like a nice little palate cleanser for me.
This album reminded me of going to all the spots that I used to go to pre-pandemic. Yeah. That were debatably, like, racist to me. Oh. You know the ones where they don't want black people in there?
Yeah. I'm not
going to
say
like vibes.
That's what this
That's what it makes me feel like.
Okay, what's your explanation?
Huh?
Like, can you explain that?
It reminds me of like going to Lavelle.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
They don't
they
want you
would play
there,
this
but they
album.
want, but they have this type
Like
of
the
music
daytime.
over there. Which is still it's vibes.
Yeah.
But those are the places that this reminded me
For
of.
your worldwide fans,
Yes.
what does that mean?
Yeah, what is Lavelle?
Lavelle's like a rooftop bar, or rooftop. What it is? It's not a bar.
It's
like
not a bar. It's like a. It's not a club.
Pool.
Like a lounge type.
Pool bar.
Lounge,
Pool
yeah,
bar.
bar.
Pool bar.
Yeah.
Rooftop pool bar. They got bouncers outside.
Wants to be
They
chic.
look at you. They really they have an idea about who their clientele is supposed to be for that night. So they have their dress code.
You can't wear
which
runners,
is,
no J's, no fitteds.
And
Anti-black dress code.
yeah, anti-black dress code is literally what it is. Like I showed up with some really fly ass pool shorts one time, and I dress nice when I go out. I don't dress like I'm taking the trash out when I pop up, or like I'm just wearing Quicksilver swimming trunks. I'm not doing that either.
Quicksilver. Yeah.
I'm not on my Klay Thompson shit.
I got you. I feel you.
Holy cannoli.
You're bohemian.
So
Man.
I show up looking what I thought was nice and acceptable to be at a pool bar, and homie said, nah, not dress code. And I just turn around. But I feel like that's what, going back to the music, that's what this kind of music reminds me of. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, because I like the music, but it just brings me back to that.
Because I was going to say, hearing you saying that then puts us in a weird context for me, because I'm like, listening to you say that, I'm like, okay, is this tainted in your mind then? Is this a
Kind of. I think,
okay.
yeah, I think kind of.
Huh.
Kind of. But I did also say, so when I first listened to it, it was like, it was better than I thought, because I had already read the bullshit on social media.
Right.
So everybody was like, what is this techno garbage?
It's not even techno.
Not even
It's not even techno.
Honestly, Nevermind is exactly how I feel about this. Stuff like that is what I read.
It's crazy because like
I was waiting for somebody to say something about Honestly Nevermind, but yeah, it is pretty witty. And that's the type of shit that I was reading. So when I listened to it, it wasn't the typical Drake album. It was more of a, I don't know, like upbeat, high BPM, dancey type album, 1 through 13, and then you get the Jimmy Cooks at the very end.
But
that song's
actually,
fire.
that song is fire. That song is fire. But it's not all high BPM. You know, there's a lot of like, how do I call it? Like chill house. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of like a couple chill house vibes, down tempo stuff, which I really liked. A lot.
There's also some of that too. Some of the
and
drums,
Afro.
Using the drums,
Yeah.
Afrobeat.
If you bring black coffee,
Yes.
that's what you're gonna get.
So techno is an insult. It's like, wait, you're not. That's not
Yeah.
even what it is.
And I think people forget, like, yo, this is house music. Black people, like, we curated that vibe. Like, house music really started with us. Like, you know what I mean?
I think that I just don't think that people necessarily wanted to hear it from Drake though. So I think that that's the issue. It's not that people are like, oh, we don't like house, or I think that the critique is like when we think of Drake, it's like some R&B stuff, or it's some rap stuff. It's like some real hard back-to-back stuff. So because it's not either of those, it has people kind of like
confused.
They just don't like it. They're not even gonna give it a chance. After the first two songs, like, no, this is not what we want to hear from Drake.
Yeah.
But I appreciate him going and diving into the deep end and doing it. Who cares? Do it.
So this conversation reminds me of the one that we had before we started, because you were sharing with us the song that you're working on right now to get out here before Caravana, and it's very different vibes from what you've done, and you've been trying to show people that are close to you, some that would like that type of music, some that you just want their honest opinion, period, regardless. And I think, to me, I felt like some of the people that might have said, I'm not sure how I feel about it, is because they expect something different from you. They expect what you've already done. They want bars.
And it's like, nah, I want to talk to it's like a lover thing. Like, lover vibe. Like, you know, it's just a different vibe, and it's like the perfect vibe for me and for summer. And I listen to a lot of soca music. I'm very much into soca music, dancehall, reggae. It's the music I grew up on. I'm Guyanese, right? So my life is that. Like, I don't listen to much hip hop. I listen to reggae. So that's my influence, really.
Right.
But
people might be shaking when they hear that.
And that's okay. You know, if that's the first time you've heard me say that, you're a fan of me. I don't know what to tell you, but I've definitely been very vocal. Soca is probably, and reggae are my two favorite genres of music. You know, on a good day. So to be honest, I agree. You know, so people expect a certain thing from me just because I rap 16 bars and I can out rap a lot of dudes and I do this. Like people expect that. That's the expectation. But for me, it's like, yeah, but this also feels really good when I do it this. Like when I do something outside of that and I do this, it's for me. Talib Kweli said this once, and I know everyone has their feelings about him, but he said something I liked. And this was years ago. He said, when I made my first song, I didn't have any fans. I made that song for me. And people relate to me, so that's how I got fans. And he said, I go through life with that. When I make music, that's my mentality. People relate to your story and what you do.
Yeah.
So just make music for you. Make your music. And the people who are supposed to be there for that will show up.
They'll be drawn to it.
I think we also got used to Drake making music for everybody. I feel like every album, he's trying to pander to the masses. He's like, I got to do one of these, I got to do one of those, I got to do one of those, I got to do one of those. I'm not necessarily sure if that's actually his thought process,
right.
But that's just what it feels like, because it's hard for anybody to say that they loved an entire Drake, any of Drake's albums. They love the entire thing front to back, because I feel like there's a couple that they might not gravitate towards, whether it be Grammys on, I can't remember the album right now, but like, you might not like the Future album, or the Future song that he's got there, but you might like the one that he's got with Rihanna or whatever. You know what I mean? It's very different, and I feel like he's often catering to his massive audience. Do you guys agree?
But I also think Drake is like Steve Jobs, and I'll bring the point home. Steve Jobs, one of his biggest things when he created the iPhone and the iOS ecosystem was people never knew that they needed apps on the phone. They never knew that. I told them they needed apps on a phone, and they believed me. And I think that's what Drake does. People don't know they need this Drake and Future album, but I'm gonna give it to them, and they're gonna know they need it when I give it to them. Like I wouldn't have sat there and been like, yeah, I need a Drake and Future album. Like I need a.
No, that's true. That's something you don't even think about.
I need a Drake and this collab. Like, but I think he's at a point in his career where he tells you what you want to hear from him. Like you're gonna like what he puts out.
He said that. He said that in his music.
That's what it is. Yeah. So it's like at this point you have people who are just like, you have people who probably will never listen to house music and stuff like that, but they're listening. It's because it's Drake. They're like, oh my god, Black Coffee. This is their first time hearing about Black Coffee. And
that will be their intro into
Drake knows his power. Yeah. Like he knows the influence he has. It's like Steve Jobs' influence. You don't know you need something until I tell you you do. So I feel like that's kind of what he realizes that, and he can literally do whatever he wants, in my opinion. People are going to either conform or they'll pretend that they're trying to be cool and not. But I'm telling you, this is going to play at Cabana Pool Bar
all summer. Cabana. That's one of those
Cabana. That's Zara. Every single time you go into Zara, you're going to hear those records. So.
Yeah, no, it's fact. It's funny you said that, though. I think, like, Shaq, to the point you made about he's catering to people. I think we took that as he's trying to cater to people, but it could just be this is what Drake likes. He has a very eclectic taste, so he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I want to do this. And if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. If it doesn't, then you're gonna say, oh well, he's doing this so he can get the listens from everyone. But I don't know if that's it. I kind of agree with you, Keysha. I feel like if you're an artist, you're gonna do what you want to do for you, what you like to do, and if people rock with it, they rock with it. If not, then whatever. You did it for you, and you're happy. No, I think that's how it should be.
No, I think so too. I remember somebody was asking me, like, because I'm not really a musician per se. Do you know what I mean?
Not yet.
Like, not yet. You know what I mean? But the things that I've spoken on are on like social justice or community or positive upliftment. People are like, yo, Hamoud, who do you write for? Are you writing, when you sit down and think, are you writing for your communities? But my response was, I don't write for nobody but myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I feel it, I'm going to bring it out to the world. You know what I mean? Bring the finger snaps that follow. But unless it resonates with me in my heart, how am I going to bring that passion out to the world? Facts. Do you know what I mean? So I think you should always write for yourself first.
And you're so right. When your words are so dope. Like, even when you put captions on Instagram stories and stuff, like your words, just your normal sentences are so poetic. Like I'm always like pausing on your story, like reading your poetic words, and it's like your social commentary is very important. Like you have a voice, and it's very important. So like when things happen, people look to you to see how your voice, because you're the voice of the people, bro. Yeah. So like people look to you to see how his pen moves and capturing this mood for us as a community. So shout out to you for doing that. And
Yes.
your white shirt is so white today, bro. Like, that's like the best quality
All
shirt.
the flowers.
That's the best quality
Y'all
shirt.
can't tell I'm blushing right now.
Super dope, bro.
I love that.
It's crazy. It's crazy because when I've been like going through this journey, I actually came to a point where I wanted to stop speaking on social issues so much because it came to a point where any issue that happened, I was being inundated.
Yes.
And then I started to feel like I was drowning.
Right.
And then I took a big pause in terms of sharing stuff because I was like, you know what? This is affecting me mentally.
Yeah.
But then after that period, I'm like, you know what? To what you said, I didn't realize that people were coming to me because they wanted to know what I was going to say. Do you know what I mean? Like, what is the response? Anyways, I digress.
I wanted to really ask you guys a question about that. Knowing that you guys were going to be here, is like, how do you know your purpose in life, and like, how do you follow like that purpose? You know, or if you don't know, how do you get to that point? Because it feels like you guys, I don't know, maybe you haven't figured out, or maybe you have. Like, how do you know that that's what people are looking to you for?
Keysha, you want to run that one? You go first.
Oh gosh. So today I was I had to go on YouTube and Google and search myself so that I can download clips of my performances and videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I was compiling something, a press kit, right? And so I'm watching some of these videos of me performing in different. I'm like, there's one video. I'm like, I don't even know where this was, but like, just watching throughout the years, you know, of just years of footage of me performing on YouTube. So watching people and the reaction of the crowd, things I haven't. When you're performing, you don't always you miss the moment sometimes. So sitting back and watching that, and it was like watching like the people's reactions in the crowd, and then realizing like, oh, that person was rapping my whole song. Like that's so cool. Like wow. I had that kind of reflective moment today where I got to sit with right before I came here. I got to sit with myself and like really take in, like, yo, like you were meant to do this.
Yes.
Wow. Like you were given this gift to do this, and you've affected people, and I know I have because I'm watching me affect people. Like I'm watching
real time.
You know, so to be able to watch yourself 7 years later from whenever that was in Hartford, Connecticut, and people are like with their camera running. There's one video, this guy with his camera running to the stage as I'm performing. So to watch that and see, you know, people don't get their flowers. They don't get to see the impact they have on people until they're gone, right? But for me to have, like, today, watch that, I was just kind of like, there's a greater purpose for me here. And I don't know if I've finished fulfilling it. I don't know if there's what's to come after it. But I remember getting up and getting ready to leave and saying to myself, like, again, basketball references, you don't know how many three-pointers you take in a game until you see the stat sheet. And I said to myself right before I put on my shoes, I took a lot of threes and I hit them.
Hey!
Holy!
Bars. I love that.
Damn.
Need some horn.
Damn. That's crazy.
So that's how I sum that up.
Yeah. No, I love that.
First of all, listen, Keysha's definitely found her purpose.
Yeah.
You fucking right.
Yeah, and I think it's really special when you can reflect on that and see your growth and know where you've come and realize that there's still so much more for you to achieve.
While you're still active.
While you're still doing it.
You know what I mean? And but my journey in terms of like how I feel like if I found my voice, found my purpose, I think these past 2 years, humbly, like I've been able to like catapult to different like places that I never could have imagined. And I think when you go to bed thinking about writing and you wake up thinking about speaking or communicating or sharing your ideas, or just the fact that I get to come here and express myself with you, just the art of expression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I've found that calling now, you know, and it's become who I am and who I want to become and be. So I feel like I'm just enjoying this ride, you know, and hopefully as I continue to go down this journey and collaborate with people like Keysha, then my voice continues to elevate. You know what I mean? So it's been interesting, but yeah, man, I feel like I've been humbly and very luckily have found something that's special to me, you know.
No, definitely, you guys have, man. You guys have.
Patrick, do you feel the same way? I mean, one day, hopefully, there's gonna be a crowd of people reciting all their favorite pod moments.
Hey, I love it. Honestly, no, I ask because, like, seriously, like, I'm on this. I mean, we're all on a journey, but I feel like I'm trying to find what that is for me, you know, and. Maybe this is it, you know, I feel like this is like where I'm supposed to be, but yeah, it's just really trying to figure out, okay, how do you know when you found your thing and then just following that and not diverting, you know? So I really appreciate you guys just kind of being open and vulnerable with it, because I think that's a real thing that people struggle with, is like, how do you know what you're really supposed to be doing and that's it, like sticking with it, you know?
I'll tell you. I'll say one, Keysha.
Sometimes people overlook their purpose. Sometimes it's happening every day, and you're not. To you, that's not it, but it is. You and Pod Poppy, you guys have given so many people a platform and a voice to speak on their craft, to speak on their career, their goals, and stuff like that. You facilitate people being able to communicate what they do and how they affect people. That's a huge thing to do.
That's a purpose in itself.
That's a purpose in itself. And before this, when you were working with the magazine and doing other things, you've constantly facilitated a space for people to get their art out there. To be a vehicle to other people living their dreams, that's one of the most important things you can do in life. So shout out to you. Like, your purpose is happening every day.
I appreciate that.
I love that.
Yeah. Damn. Appreciate that.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Who's chopping onions?
We got really serious, and I love that.
Yeah.
But I love to. This is what I.
get ratchet
But this is
here
what I
now.
love to do. I love to take us somewhere and then just like
Yeah.
pull the table from underneath, or pull the
curtain?
Yeah.
The rug.
Rug? There we
from
go.
underneath.
For the rug, curry, whatever.
I'm pulling something. I'm pulling something.
You fucking shit up.
You guys know that fake Drake dude?
Oh my days.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Is he? What's it called? Is he Ake or something?
Is he Drake? As in like
that is
I-
He doesn't look like him.
No, he
Not
He
doesn't.
doesn't
really.
look like.
It's like a slight resemblance. It's like a great Halloween
It's
costume.
like a skin
Bro.
color. It's
Great
skin
Halloween
color. It's
costume.
skin
It's
color.
cosplay. It's
The man
cosplay.
still has
That's
the
cosplay.
he still has the
Cosplay
CLB
Drake.
heart in his hair to this day.
Dog, it's embarrassing, bro.
That's embarrassing.
Like,
At
you
least
gotta have
keep
some.
up.
You have to have some pride, man.
You want to
Or
know?
have some shame.
That's the problem. People don't have enough shame for
There's
me.
no shame.
They don't have enough shame.
No shame.
No shame.
Well, okay. Well, you guys want to see something more embarrassing? He's
Yeah.
starting to. Here's a song.
All right, let's get into it.
Was that the one he performed the other
Yes,
night?
I'm gonna play the
You
performance.
seen it?
Okay, hold on. I have an opinion on this, but play it.
Okay, here we go. Let me get his get his whole shit off right now.
I can't believe it.
Sooner or later she'll be wrong. Do us the favor and move on.
Is this his voice?
Yeah. And I never called to say congratulations. You a single mom, just had your first baby. I believe in you, you got what it takes. And it's been a year since our conversation. You can be anything, anything. You deserve everything. Sooner or later.
I won't play more, but
I have friends who live at Bellamy that look way more like Drake than this guy. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I can't. That guy does not look like Drake to me at all. He has his skin color and his haircut.
So, is there a room for somebody to make a career off another man's face?
People have been doing it forever. I mean, Michael Jackson. Like, people have
Not
been
impersonators.
doing it.
He's not even necessarily like, I'm an impersonator and I got a show in Vegas and I'm just gonna do a whole bunch of karaoke type.
There's a
performances.
Justin Bieber guy.
Yeah,
And
there's
he's
a
from
Justin
Toronto,
Bieber.
D'Souza, whatever.
Yeah.
So
I haven't
he's
seen
from
this.
Canada. He looks exactly like Justin
No,
Bieber.
he
He was getting like
He's getting gigs? Like, what?
yeah, and he
Yeah.
also makes music too. But like obviously,
Yeah, he can't do nothing.
But so for that song, when I heard it, I was like, maybe this is like a Drake song I don't know, because honestly it kind of has a
I
Drake
know, he's
vibe
trying.
to
It kinda
it.
has,
So
yeah.
I'm thinking like, oh, is this a Drake record I might made? But the song is not like terribly bad. It's not like bad.
For the performance was bad. I feel like the delivery was bad. I feel like the bars, I could have actually heard Drake perform this and it would have sounded great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If Drake took that song, he could
might actually take that
sauce it
song.
up.
He might take that song.
But I also
He might
feel
take
like
that song.
that worked against him for me. I just, if I'm looking at it, I'm like close enough to Drake, but
We have Drake.
we have Drake and I don't want to hear this from you.
I don't want to hear it, period.
Yeah, it's like we have Drake at home. We don't.
we have Drake at home.
We don't need that.
You're
Put
talking
that
to
down as
McDonald's.
an
huh?
episode right there.
No McDonald's.
No
right now.
McDonald's, yeah.
Got it.
That's an episode title. We have Drake at home.
That was fire.
Yeah.
That was fire, Patrick. That was fire. We gotta give Patrick his news now. That's fine.
Thank you.
No, but I just, it's hard, like there's the fake Lil Durk.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a whole multiverse of these guys.
Jesus.
There's a lot of them though.
Buddy, that should be the NFT collection. All the
Fakes.
fakes.
All the fake.
All the fakes.
But my
All of the
issue is like
fakes.
the The Little Durk like resembles Lil Durk. He's like skinnier, but he resembles Little Durk, right?
Yeah.
The guy that looks like Justin Bieber, he looks like Justin Bieber.
Right.
This guy to me is Drake's skin color, and he has his haircut.
And a
He
beard.
does not look like Drake to me.
No.
But my problem is like when you're gonna like they take it too far. Like when you're gonna get the owl chain and the heart in your hair.
You're going to the club, singing to a girl.
You're gonna
serenading.
walk through the mall
If
with a
any
bunch of security
girl
guards.
lets him serenade them, then that's on them. Because
That's on them for sure.
that does not look like Drake. Drake has quite a few inches on him, like he's as far as height. Like if you know Drake, I don't know.
And like, is Drake out there wearing like OVO everything? Like, I don't see Drake rocking out. This guy,
no, he wears it like a Halloween costume.
It's like, come on,
But
man.
at least he got new stuff because prior to he just had this one OVO outfit.
Yeah, it was like was it a tracksuit or something?
It was
He
a
wore
one
that,
tracksuit.
so at least he's getting new
Oh
gear.
my
That's-
god.
Respect to your hustle, my guy. Respect to your hustle.
I don't knock
Yeah.
anybody doing something and people are paying them to like do it, bro. Whatever.
I mean, yeah, people in Vegas get paid a lot of money to do stuff like this, so maybe that's where he ends up, or Casino Rama.
No,
Casino Rama.
No, I think if Vegas wanted him, they would have had him by now.
Isn't there a casino like north of here?
Oh yeah, not that. It's not that close. Okay, we're not that
It's
far.
like on your way to Barry or something like that. Is like a casino.
Yeah,
Ask the coach of Georgia.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, the casino, right? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, book some gigs.
Yeah. So that, like, yeah, he'll get a couple gigs.
Okay, on the silliness.
Yeah.
I had to get my shit off because I brought this up at the cottage last week, and I
Right.
feel like this is worth talking about.
Oh boy,
I don't fuck with mashed potatoes. It's not my thing.
Bruh.
How does everybody feel about mashed potatoes here?
What did they
Done
do to you?
right, seasoned right, mashed potatoes are the side dish of the century.
Facts.
I'm East African, but we don't eat mashed potatoes. We might put a little sauce on there, but that's not my thing. So y'all gonna have to take this one.
So I
I
love
mashed potatoes.
I just don't like it because it feels like I'm eating baby food.
So you don't
Mashed
like
potatoes
anything
is
mashed.
baby food.
So you don't like anything mashed.
Mashed what?
Like anything mashed.
Like what? What else do you
You
mash?
could do like mashed carrots. You could do
Absolute. That is
Listen,
absolutely
listen.
baby food.
So like mashed carrots, I could say like I could see
That
like,
sounds like baby food.
That's like
That
baby
sounds
food.
like
That sounds like baby
and that's like denture food for sure. But
to me. Okay, go on.
but mashed potatoes is the elite side dish on. Like let me tell you.
Keep the potatoes whole for me.
No.
If you're going to a nice restaurant, you're sitting down
Yes.
and you order the lobster tail with the asparagus done
Right.
seasoned to perfection, and you get that nice little gloop of mashed potato. That's a little dip with the sauce. Damn, you're eating an elite meal right there.
As far as I'll go is a twice baked potato.
No. Okay, so hold on.
Yo,
Check.
y'all are on a different wave right now.
Like the what?
No. Okay.
40 story after going.
Keysha, I know you're with me on this. Like you said, nice restaurant. You go to Roost Chris, right? You get the nice steak. Yo, they serve you that steak. What do you want to? What are you gonna get? You gotta get the mashed potatoes with that, man. It blends so well. It's the perfect side dish.
It's the perfect side dish. I'm not too
I
understanding.
don't understand.
Well, when I go to the steakhouse, it's like the steak, and I'll get a baked potato, and like something else on the side. I can't mash it. That's just too much.
Well, I'm gonna
It
come
looks
visit you in the
nasty.
nursing home. We're gonna see what you're eating then.
When I'm in the nursing home, guess what? I'll love mashed potatoes. I might love mashed carrots too.
My love.
Number 92.
Yeah, I
Baby,
might
mashed
love
potatoes,
it.
I'm talking the most shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, you eat
That's what I'm saying. Look at you eating
puree.
puree.
Oh, you
Pureed potato.
Y'all watch Breaking Bad when I'm
Yeah.
that dude with the
Yeah,
belt?
yeah.
That's when I'll love it. That's when I'll
And
love
you know
it.
what I like about first of all, potatoes is the most versatile thing you can do.
Agreed.
go.
It's the most
You
versatile
can do
thing.
anything
It is.
to that.
Anything.
But like, it's really a bad beat that can sit there and mash and taste so
And
good.
it tastes good,
seasoned.
right?
Like,
Come on now. You guys season that properly.
Yesterday it could have been a fry. The day before it was a whole. Now it's Like
Could have been roast.
you don't know.
Roast
Okay.
or fry.
Here's something else I got beef with.
Oh boy.
You know what else grinds my gears?
How old are you now?
Subway is so mid. Subway is not good.
Man, she
Yo,
about to
Subway
walk
is a
off.
waste of money.
She about to walk
If
off.
Subway is next to any other fast food joint, go there.
No.
Mr. Sub, don't go there.
No.
That's
what?
even
No,
worse.
Mr. Sub's better than Subway.
That is the hottest take I've ever
Mr. Sub is
heard.
better than Subway.
That's like
and that's
crackhead
Canadian.
Subway. What is
What?
wrong
That's
with you?
crackhead Subway. Dog. What?
We will never get a partnership
I
with
know.
Subway.
We just like.
Subway Canada, look somewhere else.
Wow.
Mr.
Dog.
Sub, look
By the
away.
way, Subway, I am not a
You like to speak for yourself.
I will take all
I'm
views.
just a guest.
The views in this podcast belong to each of their
Disclaimer.
owners.
Disclaimer.
I do not want that food
Disclaimer.
here.
Honestly, okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
Subway is actually my guilty pleasure because I don't like other fast food places. Just kill my vibe. Like they're just too much, just too heavy, and full of stuff that's trying to kill me. But Subway, granted, we know I get the turkey sub. I get the toasted turkey sub, and that toasted turkey sub because my house is like it's right by my house. When it comes and it's nice and warm. That's
you order it too?
Yeah, Uber Eats and stuff.
Oh, man.
That.
But you said it's right by your house.
You're paying a premium on mid?
Cause like if I'm watching, if I'm watching like Netflix or something, I'm chilling, I'm in my zone, to get up and go get, I Uber Eats it. I'm not gonna lie. But when it comes and it's nice and toasted, the cheese is nice and melted on the turkey sub with the onions and the mayonnaise. It hits the spot for me.
I pay a premium on regular gas because I have to.
Okay.
You pay a premium on mid because you want to.
Wow.
But it's like I was waiting to drop that.
You saw my brain work in real time, right?
But no, like okay. For me, where I live is like McDonald's, Burger King, all these places. I don't want to eat that. So Subway for me is just like, this is like the closest thing. Like, and it hits the spot for me. I like Subway. So right now I'm feeling a little bit of a way you're calling my late night snack mid. I'm feeling a little bit of a way.
I'll stand up with you on this one or sit down with you on this one. Okay, after like late night.
You'll take a meal with her.
No, yeah. After late night, like the Subway hits different. You're leaving a club, you're leaving a bar, whatever. There's either smoked poutines, you're downtown, there's like a shawarma or whatever. Sometimes you don't always get the fat bat. No, that's run belly.
You have options.
Yeah.
I don't live in places that have options.
No. But I'm saying.
He's saying if he's outside.
To that point though, the Subway, you're gonna eat that, and you're not gonna feel like you just had like something horrible for your stomach.
Yeah, and you're feeling like you want to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, the Subway doesn't make me feel like that. It just hits.
I just won't eat any of it then. I think I don't know. I just don't like it at all.
Does it taste bad to you?
No. Shaq's psyche. Let me tell you. I think I know why you're so angry with Subway, fam.
Please.
Because when we were growing up hooping, every ball tournament, the only food we could eat between games
Subway
was the sub.
Oh my gosh,
it's true.
Damn, tell us the real story.
We stop at Subway and fuel up. Remember, fuel up.
See that?
So I got to put the barbecue sauce and the jalapenos
Coach is
on
right.
it.
Coach is right. You want to know why? Because to them, it's
healthy.
It's healthy. My coach used to say, when we used to travel for ball, my coach would be like, "It's the healthiest option. You guys eat pizza all the time. We're getting Subway." So it was considered healthy.
Tell me,
little did they know.
If you one of my coaches used to say in high school, if you eat a Kentucky Fried Chicken, you're gonna play like a Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know what it meant, but I know what he was getting at. And so I ate Subway grudgingly.
Yeah, I'm telling
for
you.
years.
I hear you.
You're sick of it.
I get it now.
I get it.
Absolutely. That's all you gotta say. That's all
as soon as I didn't know the trauma associated with this.
It's trauma.
It's therapy.
I understand. It's trauma. Do you like pizza?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I think pizza depends where you get it from, though.
Pizza's also very like.
Pizza's dumb mid, but like I will do it.
It's not even mid. It's below mid.
They just burn the crust for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, stop cooking it. They keep cooking it every time.
Stop cooking it.
They burn it when they cook it, then they cook it again. Already. I always have to tell them, like, can you take it out? It doesn't have to be there so long. Bring it back. Thank you.
Like, what's your timer?
I'll warm it up at home. Just give it to me. Every time, bro.
I'll finish making it.
No, every time.
Just give me the dough.
Interesting. Interesting. That's interesting. What kind of pizza? What's your spot?
What is
that pizza we had at the studio one time hit?
That was pizza.
That was pizza.
That did hit.
That was fresh.
So I do order from Pizza. If I could choose my ideal, Nova.
Nova's booming though.
Nova's fire.
I'm gonna say no.
What? Because they burn your crust.
I ate there every lunch, so it's trauma attached to it.
Yeah.
My high school was right by it, so we ate there, and the crust used to cut my lips off.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you.
But their panzerotti is good. They make a good panzerotti.
I haven't had a panzerotti.
I haven't really ventured with the panzerotti to multiple places. It's been like Pizza's like the only one.
Nah. You can do better. Yo, Pizzaville
Pizzaville
slaps.
What do you guys think about Square Boys?
I don't know that one.
Square Boys is my favorite pizza place.
Somebody texted
They give you a big shoe.
In my white boys group chat, they said square boys today.
You're what?
You're what?
I'm in a group chat where
Is it called white boys?
No, it's.
Do they know you call them that?
The group chat's name. I'll show you the name of the group chat. It's really. It's like.
Shak's mostly white friends.
Shak's in brackets mostly white friends because one of them's partially black.
Do they know of the title of this group?
Yeah, it's the name
Oh,
of
it's
the
there.
They all see it.
And then they brought up
They're one of the good ones.
Square Boys, and I had no idea
Square
what
Boys
they were
hits.
talking about.
Square Boys is my favorite pizza place ever.
Wow, I gotta.
And I've been in a lot of places in this world, and that place, it hits.
Damn, I gotta look that one up, man. I miss Big Slice.
Big Slice.
Big Slice was good, but
yeah.
that place was like cracky as
Oh yeah,
fuck
oh yeah.
at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
2:30 a.m.
It's a 2:30 a.m. type of pizza.
You ever go to the bathroom? Oh, I did.
Yeah, begrudgingly. It's you don't do it by choice. Yeah. You don't do it by choice.
Don't touch nothing. Okay, I got two options here.
Yeah.
We can talk about why this black queen says that she wants to stay single forever.
Okay.
Or we can run down this list. Of reasons why this man's wife refuses to have sex with him every night.
Wow.
And he's like accumulated them all over
Wonderful
time.
options there.
These are,
We can do one after the other, but which one do we want to do first?
I'll let the guests decide.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Penn. This one's yours, brother.
Yo, what pod did I walk into?
Go ahead.
Yo, my manager didn't bet this, yo. Let's start with the first one.
Good choice. Okay. So she's in bed, it looks like, actually explaining why she's going to be single forever. I did not vet what she's going to say. So.
Oh, we're going in blind.
Yeah. Oh, we always.
This is
Dude,
dangerous.
I've been working on children's music lately. This is.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. She's. I'm going to let her speak. Fuck it.
This is probably reason number 500,000 of why I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. And I'm fine with that. I don't want to do anything for you. I don't want to cook for you. I don't want to clean for you. I don't want to be your secretary and set your appointments and chase you around and make you go because of your health. I don't want to pick up your socks for you. I don't want to be one of those people who comes on TikToks and makes funny videos about how you can't do anything for yourself and men do the darndest things and everybody's in the comments like, yeah, my husband does that too. My boyfriend does that too. Fuck that. I want to be with somebody who is
That was a hard laugh.
an adult, a fully functioning adult. It's been proven time and time again that men are the ones who benefit from marriage and relationships because we get in them and we do everything and they just get to sit back and receive everything from us. And then as a treat, they might do something for our birthday or for Mother's Day. Men get to exist in relationships and just receive. Why can't we exist together? And if we do nice things for each other, it's just organic. It just happens. But it's not the expectation. It's not something I have to do because I'm the woman. When I come home after a long day, I don't want to cook either. I don't want to do shit either. Why can't we flip a coin to see who cooks or if we order food?
So I think I get her point. I think, to me, I'm just going to have a thought and I'll let you guys react. I just feel like it's just a bunch of generalizations based on other relationships she's heard about, and she doesn't realize you can kind of make your own relationship however you'd like to with the person that you find.
Choose your own adventure.
But, I mean, yeah, relationships are choose your own adventure, but react.
Are you married?
I'm not married.
Excellent. So you and I are going to scoot this way and look at the two married.
Oh, you're going to throw it back
she
here?
just flipped that.
This is media training.
That's so good.
You two are the experienced of the bunch.
Yes.
So
Sure.
tell us.
Yes.
Is what she's saying true? Do you only treat your wife on Mother's Day and her birthdays?
No, I think these are all generalizations based on maybe some of her past experiences, some of her friends' experiences, some of the shit that she sees on TikTok. And I think maybe when I was in my earlier years and I'm watching other people in relationships, I just assume that some things are just the way that they are. And when the older I've gotten, especially getting to this age right now, I'm realizing every relationship is really different. Very different in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know, in some relationships, the man takes care of all the bills. In other relationship, the woman does. In some relationship, the man makes the money and the woman takes care of the bills. So in some relationship, the man will cook when he gets home, depending on the schedule, and then the woman will it's all very different. So I just think that's why I look at this and I feel like, sorry, lady, you definitely have not found the one. But it doesn't mean you can say definitively that it's over and that it's never worth you diving in.
The craziest thing for me is social media is a funny place because she's probably married. I want to say that. But one of the things for me is like you said, you choose your own adventure. Like I don't love cooking. It's not something I like to do, but I can. I'm West Indian, so my mom, obviously we have certain things that we do, but in my family, the men can really cook. So their wives never complain of these things because my cousins like cooking. Like my brother can throw down in the kitchen. You know what I mean? So I think it's who you attract, what you put out. And I think if you're looking for a certain type of man and your attitude is kind of closed off because you've already generalized everybody, you're going to keep running into the same problem because you identify with it. So she needs to heal a little bit if she isn't married. She needs to heal then revisit in the future a man. Yeah.
Big time. 100% agree with that. Like for my wife and I, like we split all that stuff. Like, if I'm working late, then she'll cook. If she's working late, I'll cook or whatever it is. Like laundry, whatever the household stuff is. Like we just divide and conquer that. You know what I mean? But each relationship's different, so you got to figure out what works for you. But to go on there and just make generalizations and all men are this way or this is how relationships are, then you will be. So it's whatever you put out, that's what you'll receive. I think.
I got one phrase for you, my guy. Communication will save a nation. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I find so funny about this is that, I'm not here to speak about her specifically, even though she's the one who prompted this conversation. We're out here every day commuting our nonsense to the world, but we don't take time to first communicate with ourselves and then take time to communicate who our partner is or who our partner is in the moment. Do you know what I mean? So I think this is all I find social media a farce.
It is.
You know what I mean?
She's saying this and she's probably married, and that's a conversation that I've had. Like communication is so important. I've said, babe, listen, I don't like taking out the garbage. It's not something I like to do. I've never liked taking out the garbage, but I love washing clothes, and I, have a conversation, communicate the things that you and you'll find that, you don't like to do this, but I do, so no problem, I'll do that. You do, but then, if you, like you said, if you get home early, just cook. If I get home early, I'll cook. I think it's too much talking. People talk too much. It's just too much conversation.
It's like basketball teams. Like not everybody's gonna be a great rebounder, 3-point shooter, defender, and all that. Like you just, you're gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do this.
Know your role.
Someone's gotta be Steph and someone's gotta be Draymond.
Know your role. Next.
So
we did this one.
Let's go.
I feel like Keysha just wanted to get to the next one.
Yeah.
She's like, let me see
this one. Here for the spicy one. She's here for the spicy one.
All right, let's wrap on this one.
Blur my face this one.
This man, he made a TikTok of all the reasons why his wife has denied him sex. And I don't know I don't know how long it took him to accumulate this, but this list was long, and he used the Star Wars intro music for a reason.
It's a long list.
Oh man,
it's a list. I'm gonna pause it as we go through because it's kind of long. Here we go. Did it last week. I'm bloated. Want to cuddle. Bed was just made. No energy. Feel fat. Tomorrow. Tired.
Yeah, we need the background music, fam.
I had to stop it because I didn't want to go too far. Back hurts. Kids. I have gas. You're drunk. My back is sore.
Oh man.
She's mad at me. Just washed bed. I'm assuming sheets.
Oh yeah.
Just washed bed sheets. Have a headache. It's too early.
Just later.
That's the best. Gotta get up early. Too late. Oh man.
Damn.
That's a long list. How about let's start with this question. How long do you think it took him to put this list together? I hope it was a couple years.
This is all from 1 week. It's all 1 week.
Something hit. Something pissed him off one day, and he was like,
You know what?
He just,
You know what
Now, let me
grinds
tell
my
you what
gears?
happened. She took his Star Wars collection. He got heated.
Damn. I mean, those are valid reasons, though.
All of them? Let's go again. Did it
Some of
last
them.
week?
No,
The
no,
first
that's
one
not
is
one.
did it
No,
last
no.
week.
No, but I was looking at number 2 because it was like the biggest one. But
Well, I'm bloated. That's fine.
I mean, if you feel like
Want to cuddle? That's a different vibe than sex. That's fine. Get it. The bed was just made as
no,
lazy.
that's lazy.
Aren't you going to sleep anyways?
You also don't need a bed. So
talk about it.
I'm just saying.
This is blurred out. Y'all go
It's
catch
like I'm
me.
not here for
First of all,
this.
I'm bloated and feel fat are the same. So this woman is crazy.
Tomorrow, don't ask for an IOU.
Damn.
No IOUs.
She hit him with the IOU.
Tomorrow is not promised.
Damn, that's true. That's true.
I don't know what kids means. Like I don't know if that just means like they exist.
Kids are
or
up.
like
They exist.
they're doing something.
The fact you have kids, that's it.
Yo, we have kids. We cannot.
We already have kids.
The bloated and the gas and the feel fat.
Yeah.
She just is remixing
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
Is she remixing or is he not understanding? So she's saying it in another language.
But what about the you're drunk one?
That's
Too early.
yeah.
Too late.
Later is a funny one because I don't know how you say later.
Right? What's later? What's the time? What's the time on
Tomorrow
later?
morning when it's too early.
Exactly. Tomorrow morning when it's too
So she said later, and then said it's too late. Then you go in the morning, it's too early.
It's cold.
Too early,
It's hot.
later.
Kill me.
Later's there twice. Holy.
Damn.
Later. Too late. Later.
He uses that a lot.
Yeah.
That's what he
It's cold.
Too early.
It's hot.
Later.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wild.
Did
Damn.
it last week is the first one.
Did last week is the funniest one.
That
is
one hit.
nice. That's
He put that at the top of the list because
He's like, this
that's
is
been on his
wild.
mind for 7 days.
He's like,
So
listen, if you're not gonna get through this whole TikTok, you're gonna know this
You're
is some bullshit. This is some bullshit.
we're gonna start.
Yo, this man did the pyramid for like.
So I do feel like if I spoke with her though, for example, one thing stuck out to me.
Yeah.
He put a lowercase I between all uppercases. So there's some inconsistency in his life. It might be him.
Whoa.
But no, I'm just joking.
You're a psychology major?
Damn.
But no, like I mean, at the end of the day, this is really funny because like social media is such a fun place to exist. Like who would make a list and tell the world that
And tell
my
the world
wife
this is it,
does
yeah.
not want to sleep with me?
Yeah.
Because all this list tells me is she's repulsed by you at this point in
Word.
life.
It just
Like
says
she
a
does
little bit
not
about-
want to be with
yeah.
you in
Physically.
this way.
We can't pull up what he looks like.
Granted, she might be going through stuff, you know.
We can't pull up what he looks like.
Yeah, let's see. You know.
No, it's like it's one of those that was reposted, then again reposted, so we can't even go.
we already
to
lost
the,
two.
Dang.
You know what I mean?
Dang.
Yeah, this one. I'm sorry, brother. I don't know.
That sucks.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Wow.
Dang.
Hot take.
See, I
Hot
didn't want to
take.
say that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Hot
say
take.
that.
Somebody
But-
says, "Who's gonna tell him?"
Yeah. Her back hurts for a reason,
God.
bro.
Her back's
Wow.
Her back
She's
sore
got
for a
sore.
reason, bro.
I don't
Said
know
the
why I
back
didn't think
sore.
about reading
Her
this
back sore
comment.
for a reason,
She
bro.
said
Like,
kids, but who's kids?
yeah.
Somebody
One
just
of us
said
said-
leave. Somebody just said leave.
No energy. Why doesn't she have
Why
energy?
don't you
You're
have
not
energy?
getting to the root.
Damn.
He's not getting to the
You
root.
gotta dig deeper.
He
My
has to
guy.
get to the root.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oh, I
man.
didn't even
Damn.
think about
Yeah.
that. That is fucking me
No
up.
energy. Back hurts. I don't know.
Damn.
Damn.
I don't know.
Somebody said if she ignores your needs, she can't expect you to not figure that part out on your own. Do your thing respectfully.
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 I don't know what that means. The respectfully threw me off. I don't know.
I'm no expert in cheating. You know, I'm no.
I don't know if
expert.
that person even means that.
But yeah,
the respectfully
they-
threw me off.
They just said, "Do you do your thing?"
Yeah, I think that he needs to open his eyes to the situation here and understand why his wife has no energy and why her back hurts. That's all I have to say.
Her neck, her back.
So I really appreciate you guys coming on here and like just having a conversation. Like
Most
not so
definitely.
often do we have people that like do some amazing things. out in there in the world. They're very talented, and you get to see other sides of them and talk about sex and funny shit like this too. Pet Moodz. First, we'll start with you.
What's going on, G?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, what's going on? Do you have anything going on? What do you feel like is gonna? What's your 2022 looking like? What are you putting out there in the universe? If you haven't shaped that out yet, because I know like you're doing your thing with the league right now. What else?
2022 is about to be we booming. You know what I mean? So I've been very fortunate. I did a wicked project with Canada's National School of Ballet. And they brought me in to like put some words to what they're doing, which was really cool to get outside of the element that I live within. And I brought the bars.
Okay. Always.
I brought the bars.
Yes, always.
And so that's going to come out soon. But there's some really cool, exciting projects that I can't wait to get out. And me and Keysha had a wicked conversation when we met at the Scarborough game that I'm tired of having our creative ideas just die within the graveyards of our phones. Do you know what I mean? So the rest of the year, I'm just trying to put out as much as I can and surprise the world that the palette is diverse. You know what I mean?
Love that. Yes.
Keysha, how about you? I know you brought up or showed us a little snippet about what might happen this summer or what's going to happen. I really hope that comes out soon because I love that.
It's a fire joint.
But what do you got going on?
Moodz is one of the reasons I'm dropping that record. Like, when, like he said, we had that conversation and he was like, yo, like, let it out, man. Stop holding stuff in your phone, right? So there's just a lot of music that I have that's just kind of I'm just playing with different ideas and stuff, but I do plan to just release. I just want to release. I have a lot of stuff there that I want to get out. But, 2022 has been a great year already, right? So we're at the halfway mark. June is the halfway mark, obviously. Yep. So far, like, the Juno nomination with Maestro Freshh on the children's album.
Congrats on that again.
That was the highlight, obviously, of the year. Maestro brought me onto the album, and just to be able to just be on that album and voice one of the characters from his book was an awesome thing. Starting off the year with that was crazy. And then just kind of continuing on. And like I said, I went to LA for the first time. I shot a show out there that's coming out soon. I'm actually the host of it.
Hey, let's go.
It's coming out really soon. And just kind of continuing on that trajectory of just having a great year. And there's a lot more to come, and just exploring different avenues. Like, I want to do things that, in the sneaker community that I've been doing and working with brands, Foot Locker and stuff like that's been great. But this year, like, I just kind of want to get more into sports and do those kind of things like I used to love doing back in the day. Going out to support AAU girls basketball is a big thing for me. I used to travel with Canadian teams and go to New York and stuff. So just getting back into that. This year I went up to Minnesota for the women's Final Four, and
that was tough.
Got to be in that environment again. I usually host NCAA party that they had, so they do it. They're back. Everything's back. So just getting back into the swing of things. Yeah,
that's awesome. It sounds like you guys are really just chasing after what is like your lane, what you guys love, your passion, purpose, your calling, your purpose. Exactly what Patrick was talking about.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys. Where's my applause though? Appreciate you guys for joining me. Definitely want to do some more things with you guys. Definitely want to have you guys back at some point. And this is a great conversation, of course. As always, make sure you guys check out Shea Moisture at Shea Moisture Men CA on Instagram. This summer, we're going to have some things going on specifically to do with Caravana. So I'm giving you guys a little bit more and more. I'm teasing some stuff, but stuff's going to happen. Caravana.
Pond Road.
Pond.
He does it though.
The official sound of Scarborough brought not with the hype.
Oh man, stupid. Not with the hype. I know you have like a soundboard.
You straight from our soundbite from me and when me and him did it.
That was a really good cheese. Speaking of projects not even phones.